Each month for our debut dev showcase, we look at games and store pages from first-time indie developers. Though you submit a game for a future showcase, you'll find the sign-up rules and submissions down below. Going forward, each one of our showcases will be split into 4 parts, one for each game. So be sure to watch this month's entire selection and come back next month for more games from first-time developers. I've seen far more on Steam's front page, so I should be fine here. But let's start our clock for our final game. Alright, so this is Neverwood. So it is in early access. Oh no. These are the cards that we get. We'll go for standard. Ow. Oh, good. Let's go for Boon. Alright, so these are our enemies, I imagine. 2 plus 1 mana. Okay, so we just have 1 mana to start. 0. So we can't. 2 mana, moving range. Fireball deals magic. Oh. So you gain more mana each turn. 2. Oh. Ow. Uh-oh. Wait. I only drew 1? Ooh. Oh, they had attack? Ooh. I'm not sure why they're not attacking. Oh, now they're attacking. Okay, so attacking. Yeah, that would definitely be good to mention in terms of onboarding. So I hit that. And that shuts them down. Showing the attack range. Oh. Oh, he didn't die. Oops. Did I get something? Alright, let's level up. Oh. Okay, so the health comes back. Can they move? Can they move and attack in the same turn, or is it only move or only attack? Well, I'm about to find out. Okay. So they're not next to you on turn. They can't do anything about it. Alright, so I'm going to take a hit here. It actually, I think, makes sense just to hold the card. Can they attack diagonal or just in the cardinal directions? Oh, guess another thing we're going to find out. Okay, so they can't. Oh, there's my health back. Wait. Oh, as another point, when there's no more enemies on the field, it would be nice if the game just ends. You don't need to do an enemy or end turn there. Plus 1 damage all attacks. More attack, please. I only have $2. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Why is that guy so much further than everyone else? Wait, I did choose the +1 the damage, right? Yeah, that worked. Oh yeah, you definitely want to get this updated. Or it should be updating the amount of damage that we're doing. Get you. Over there. Get you again. Oh. +1 draw. That's actually pretty nice. Wait. Did I buy it? Okay, yeah. Are all the cards just the same price, or will there be different price cards? +1, heal 1. I shouldn't need to heal. Up. Is there a... Okay. Is there a hand limit? Wait, how do I take a hit? What, oh, was it the zombie that got me? Kill you. Hit you. Oh. Let's do this. Oh, you came back. There we go. Again, I can already see that damage is probably going to be the best choice. But we'll see that changes at some point. So now we're doing 3 damage, which is enough to one-shot any character here. Oh. So we have all the cards in my deck. Alright, so I should just be able to walk up and poof. This work? Eh? Counters, yeah. Are there any, like, I guess, like, starting mana doesn't really, I guess it could. Are there any, like, starting mana perks? I'll take 1 health now that we're one-shotting. Oh. Oh, and typically for games like this, one thing I find like a little bit weird or that's different, usually there's like a shop or something that like heals you that is not treated as a combat encounter. Okay, we're safe. Draw all my cards. And then we rip and tear. This is also, I think, a really good lesson in kind of like deck building or like RPG design. If the player knows that they can get to the point where they can one-shot an enemy, they are going to use it every single chance they get. Range plus, tail mana, range horizontal. Plus 2, range horizontal. When it says range horizontal, is that supposed to be a AoE? Okay. Yeah. And another thing, like, one that's also I can see limiting the choices is that anything on a horizontal line. Okay. One that's going to limit kind of like the decision making, if every card only does 1 point of damage, it's going to make it even more imperative to take those damage ups at every single level up. Oh, only one space but horizontal. Gotcha. because you can see like what my strategy is. Use card draw to fill hand. Wait for them to get close. Nuke them. Oh, so there it is. And then... Oh, wrong one. Oh, as another bit of a quality of life feature, when I go to click, if I left click on a card to activate and it's not the one that I want, a right click to deselect would be handy as well. I just do this. Well, but you. With the different kinds of damage, is that going to become a part of the play? Like some enemies strong to physical, some strong to magical? Oh no. Oh, am I at max level up or I'm not getting anything else? Okay. Yeah, no point to move. It is very breezy to play. It's very fast. You card draw. Boom. Well, did I use the wrong move? I think I did. Oh, okay. It may be nice to have more boons in it, or more options. Because I see some players getting very frustrated by the fact that they go down a path, and they're technically getting nothing for these. So there's the healer again. One AoE would just knock them all out. Boom. Oh. Boom. Yeah, that would be good. Or at least one boon, like, on each path, so that the player can either try and get it, but yeah, I think limiting would be handy. Cost 3, draw 4, cost 2, range plus. I mean, this doesn't really feel necessary, considering we have the low cost ones. Let's see what the boss is. Okay, so this is an all range, or a little bit more control. Save. Yeah, again, I'm just like stocking up my turn. Okay, so no boss yet. Okay. Oh. Are these just little like story vignettes? Okay. Okay. I think the main weakness that the game has, oh, right on time, is that deck building as a genre is very competitive. And I know, like, from the store page, you're describing it as kind of like inspired by Inscription. We're not really seeing that yet in this. From a deck building design, it also seems like a game that's very easy to break at the moment. Again, given what you have in it so far, the magic number is just 2 attack ups, and then you one-shot every single enemy. And since cards don't have any like base damage to them, or different amounts of damage based on their start, it again limits how you could do a lot of choices in that respect. And I think you may have to end up either nerfing strength or buffing cards as well. Because right now it just seems like the strategy is get as many 0-cost cards as possible, get to level 3 damage, and then everything just dies instantly. And as another quality of life feature, it would be nice to be able to like highlight these cards so the new player can tell like what they're doing. Oh wait, it does. Never mind. I thought it like comes off. Alright, remove that complaint then. +1, deal 1 magic damage. Yeah. Zero, 1. Like, again, like, from a balancing standpoint, anything that is 0 cost is always going to be very powerful when it comes to deck builder. And since strength is universal, not tied to the card, a 0 cost 3 damage card in a game where everybody only has 3 points of health total is just going to devour everything. Like, there's not going to be any challenge to it. And I will say, like, as a positive, it is nice that everything moves very fast. Like, turns are very quick. We're not waiting around for things to happen. Oh, these are costumes for the character? Alright. But, yeah. Yeah, no problem. And again, like, with this series focusing on first time indie dev, it's good to get or figure out these bugs and these issues now when you're on like your first project, rather than, you know, you're more on something that you're betting your entire house and like 3 to 5 years of game development on. It reminds me a little bit of when we played Warriors of the Nile, which is kind of like a deck builder SRPG. This one, again, is going for a bit more speedier in terms of its design. And when you have like more stuff in it, I wouldn't mind trying it again. But let's get to the store page. The thumbnail for this one, it doesn't quite give us anything. We have eyes and we have breasts, and that's about it. If this was like an actual like table with cards on it, or maybe showing cards somewhere on the thumbnail, I think would help. Because right now there's just like no real idea what this game is just by looking at it. And I can see a lot of people immediately thinking that this is some kind of sex game or something that's more like adult than it is, because there's nothing on this page to like give them like any idea about what this game could be. So as far as thumbnail or the capsule art goes, yeah, that's good. And I would say, again, it's unfortunately too late for this, but good practice going forward. Make sure that the capsule art is, you know, version final before you launch your game on Steam, because you only have a narrow window for Steam to kind of like try and promote the game, and it does kind of hurt the game if you change it after the store page has already been developed and, you know, posted for people to see. For the art, I hate to say it, I would have to put this in maybe the D range, maybe D plus, simply by the fact that it doesn't give the player, again, like, any idea what this game is. I could see maybe, you know, like 6 degrees of separation, drawing a line to Inscription, but the fact that, again, you have a character mysteriously sitting, you know, as like front and center on it. But again, if we pop up Inscription really fast, which it may not do considering Steam is acting up right now, you can see again, like, you have cards. Like, that is a good indicator that there's going to be a deck builder of some kind. It's already playing it, and I didn't even tell it to. Okay, let's take a look at the trailer. Min 5. Okay. Different characters. Different outfits. One thing that would also help, I want to pause for a second, from a readability standpoint, a little bit differentiation of the main character from the other ones. Because it looked like the nurse, if you are playing as the nurse or whatever, I know that they sometimes have like a different like bottom part, but just like something else to make it stand out of who the player is would also be handy. Maybe just like a slightly different color or just something. Alright. Yeah. And this is like hanging on a little too long for this trailer. Yeah. Again, maybe you could definitely cut out. Turn the sound off here, so it goes from 48 to a minute 5. You could, like, you don't need all these seconds of just like a still image. Yeah, you could probably cut it down to, let's see, it starts at 48. You can probably cut it down to like 51, 52 seconds. Yeah. That's another very important note. Remember, if you're going to have a trailer should always show the most up-to-date version of your game. Yeah. From what it shows, it still is quite limited. And again, I think a lot of that is just by the nature that the game is in early access and you don't really have that stuff yet. When you do get a boss encounter or something different, definitely have that in an updated trailer. Because for a game like this, you need to be showing off as much different and unique stuff as you can. Especially when you're trying to compete in a space that is very saturated in terms of games. And unfortunately, again, there's just not a lot here that you can show to someone who's a fan of deck builders that they're going to say that they really haven't seen before. And again, you don't need all this time right here. I hate to say again, I would have to give the trailer, excuse me, I would say D plus C minus. Because it's just not, the only thing again that is standing out, of course, are the different outfits and the breasts. But if you're going to try and get someone who's going to play, or a deck builder fan to play this, there has to be more being shown from a deck building standpoint, from a strategy standpoint, something again that's going to attract them to this. And for your images, a lot of these look like they were in the trailer. Okay, so Neverwood early. Okay, so this is different. Alpha, title screen. I would also have a screenshot. Current tactics store combined. I would. It kind of feels like it's going for like a tempo base, something like a Hearthstone. Unfortunately, I don't play a lot of CCGs or TCGs these days, so that's the only one that comes to my mind. I would look at how like tempo-based deck builders describe their strategies, like a Hearthstone. Was it Shadowverse that also did that as well, where you gain mana each turn? I would also promote that the game is very fast and quick to play. Like, this is not being designed... Like, it doesn't feel... there you go. Like, this doesn't feel like a deck builder that's going to take, like, 40 minutes to an hour for a single run. Like, once you get your power up, you're kind of just, like, blazing through it. The art style reminds me... It's drawing some comparison to... Oh, no... I can't remember the name of the game. The game, of course, I'm going to mention this. The main thing that is always in the attraction is the witch character with giant breasts in that one. The roguelike where you're in a... you're stuck in a haunted house. Things are trying to kill you. And I cannot remember the name of it. Anyone remembers or knows the name of the game that I'm thinking of? Let me know. Dead Estate. Yes, that's it. Yes, that one. Like, a lot of, like, the... like, art and kind of, like, the pixel art of that is, like, remind me of it. But to get back to the point, like, in terms of the design... I'm trying to think... Yeah, like, what was it? Warriors of the Nile. In terms of, like, that kind of, like, tactical meets, like, a deck builder is similar. But it is, I would say, like, far more advanced than what Dead Estate is now. And with Steam acting up... Let's see. I also want to pull this up just to see what their genre tags are as well. Because we haven't looked at the genre tags yet for Neverwood. Mm-hmm. And I would say, like, to stand out, keeping the speed, making it very fast to play, is probably going to be your strong suit. Because trying to compete directly with Inscription, with, like, a very slow-paced, moody game, I don't think you're going to be able to get to that point. At least given what I'm seeing so far of these mechanics. Also, from a marketing standpoint, I would say when you have an updated trailer, when you have updated capsule art, try to tie all that together with a big build, and then use that as a chance to do, like, marketing for the game. Game is updated. We have all this new stuff in it. Not when you have just, like, one of those, but, like, one strong marketing push, I think, would help out quite a bit. So, as for our About This Game section. Okay. Build deck that needs representation movement attack. No GIFs, which, again, is a negative. And especially, like, for, like, this section right here, build a deck cards that has unique movements and attacks. GIFs showing, like, a movement and an attack would help out a lot here. Because if you remember from our previous game, the thing that I really liked about this page was like this one GIF and this one banner right here tells you everything you need to know about what the puzzle mechanics and what you're going to be doing in it. And right now, there's nothing on this page that is telling the player that. You have images which are, again, you want images, but none of these are really selling the game. And GIFs would also help out quite a bit. Random resource, multiple playable characters, deck building elements, strategic grid-based combat. And again, I would definitely market this as being very speedy, a more faster paced game, something that is not going to be... I guess, as a question to you while you're here, how long do you think, like, a run is going to be? Like what do you think you're going to be aiming for? Like, all in all, I would say for this about this game section, I would give it, I think, a C minus. I think at least twice a month. So we did that in about 20 minutes. Thinking about maybe like four. Yeah, I think like 30 to 40-minute runs for a game like this is, I think, a good average to reach for. Yeah. I would not, I think, go for an hour. I don't think, at least at this point, the design is strong enough or there's enough decisions to make an hour work. There was another game that I checked out, which, given that Steam is not working right now, will it pop up? Is it? See, this is the problem when you have so many games. Because there was another inscription like that had to do with like moving pieces on the board. It may be on my wish list, but the problem is that my wish list is over 2,000 games, so that is going to make it a little bit hard to find. Let's see, can I find it by deck building? I am not seeing it. If I can, this will be a note for future Josh to edit this in, to kind of post a the store page of the game that I'm thinking of, because I am not finding it, and I'm like scrolling for like dear life to try and speed through it on my wish list. All right, I'll have to put that in layer. Yeah, it is not popping up. All right, so back to the page. To the title card, new RPG strategy, early access. Yep. In terms of the genre tags, RPG it might be pushing it, but again, without there being a dedicated deck building one, I think it can kind of fit. Strategy, definitely, early access, indie. Really, the only gimme that you're missing is single player. And I do want to just double check what Inscription has for their genre tags. Adventure, indie, yeah. I don't think there's enough here for adventure yet. But indie strategy, strategy I think is going to be the best one for the game right now. You have mobile ways of finding you. That's all great. This section I think works. And again, like, it's not fair for me to, come down on you for using RPG, especially given that main genre tags on Steam I think could definitely do with a facelift. So, all in all, for like this kind of game, your main challenge is going to be developing to the point that it's going to be able to attract or do something that is going to convince someone to play this over, say, an Inscription or any of the other number of deck building roguelike style games. My advice would definitely be, if you're going to focus a lot on the dichotomy between movement and attack cards, to really like lean into that and especially keep the game feeling very like speedy, very brisk to play. From what I'm seeing here, I don't think you're thinking about having cards that do both, like a card that attacks and moves. But I think that would be completely overpowered for a design like this. And as I said earlier, when you have like a big update, both in terms of store page and in terms of the design, that would be the best time to do like a big market or a big like social media push to get people to know about the game, to show off all your new stuff, to have a capsule art that really pops, trailer, etc., etc. But that, I think, will do it for this month. Thank you again for submitting the game, and for everyone, not just Bella, for everyone who submitted games, thank you again. For the games that are coming out, I do wish you the best of luck, and I will definitely be happy to check them out more when they are released. So, we're going to wrap up this month's Debut Dev Showcase here. For everyone who has submitted a game, once again, thank you so much. Thank you for Bella being in chat to talk about. If you like submit a game for a future Debut Devs event, you'll find a link to the signups in the description. You'll find links to all these games as well down there. If you're new, do the YouTubing stuff, check out the Discord, Patreon, buy the copies of my books, etc., etc. And we'll be back for more design talks, indie games, and more coming soon. So with that, come back for daily discussions on game design here and on game wisdom, where it's in the art and science of games. Until next time, have a great night. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff. Be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.